You could say it's been a while. It's a little lonely over here sometimes. I miss the interaction, miss the people, miss the faces. I miss what it used to be. Things have changed. People have left. A lot has happened in that time. Some of it good, some of it bad. Maybe I've been away too long. Maybe I've drunk too much and I've said too little, and I could really use a nap right now. But all I know at this moment is that one thing matters.
It's that we are back, boys and girls! Woo! Oh boy, I'm excited! I cannot tell you guys excited! Oh god, I can't... Oh god! Oh my god, am I gonna feel that in about an hour?
Bad men, bad women, and bad other identified gender that you'd prefer to be called at. Welcome! Welcome back to Team Badman. Feels pretty good to say that. I won't even lie. Feels really good. It's been a while, but we're back and we're aiming to be better than ever. So, if you are a longtime fan, if you are new here, whatever it might be, welcome. How's it going? Hope you guys are doing pretty all right. I know I'm doing pretty well right now. I can't complain. It's been a good year so far. Today's a pretty good day. I mean, not just because it's my birthday, but because we're here for a reason, and that is this channel. If you are here, you're already on the Team Badman channel, and you guys know what goes on here. That's one thing only, and that is Dragon Ball Z. In the past about a year or so, a lot's changed. A lot has shifted, both for good and for bad, and it's changed my perception a lot on not only the community, but on Dragon Ball Z in general, I guess. But that is not going to stop me, and we are here to discuss 3 very specific things that I feel it appropriate to fill you in on. And that's, where have we been, where are we now, and where are we going? So, before I get rolling that, if you're new here, if you're old here, whatever it might be, thank you so much for being here. Consider leaving a like on the video. Let me know what you guys think as I go on here down below in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. If you're new here, consider hitting the subscribe button. I mean, I know I'd appreciate it. I'm sure the people over YouTube might appreciate it. I don't know if they really care about this, but I know I do, that's for sure.
Yeah, why does my nose always itch when I'm recording these videos? It's the worst.
So before I get into the nitty-gritty of anything, there are just a couple of really quick statements that I do want to make. Yes, we are back for good. This is not just a one-off video. I've done a couple of those in the past year. Just so there was a little bit of something here on the channel, but this is going to be back for good. Yes, this will be full-time as well. There will be a schedule of releases. There will be certain things happening certain days during the week. No, I don't know what that schedule is yet. I have yet to really decide and figure it out, and it's dependent on a few other factors as well. Personal life, career options, some other stuff that I'm going to discuss here in this video, but all of those have already been answered, and we are back here for good. So, let's actually kind of dig in here. Where have we been? Well, 1 year ago today, unless you've somehow been living under a rock, it was announced that Panini was not going to be continuing with the Dragon Ball Z license, so that way the Bandai Corporation could go ahead and pick it up for their Dragon Ball Super card game. And I know that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way too. I'm not going to say that it messed me up as much as it did some other people. I didn't rant and rave about it. But it was probably a smart move on their part. Bandai is a larger company. Dragon Ball Super is getting really popular, especially overseas. And it was a smart move on their part. You can tell by the numbers of Dragon Ball Super. They are thriving really hard right now. And that's a good thing for them. It's a really, really good thing. Unfortunately, it came at the expense of an engine that we know and that we love. And that was a bummer. Especially for the news coming on my birthday. I was having a great day. Everything was looking good. Like, hey, I've applied for some jobs because I was unemployed at the time. Man, I'm feeling good. I got a birthday glass of bourbon here. I'm feeling all right. Oh, it's over. And for something that you've put, over 2 years of effort, time, and money into, that sucks. It sucks really hard. And I was heartbroken by the entire thing. Fortunately, kind of fortunately maybe, at the time, that same night while I was, discussing the ideas, talking with the other fellows here at Team Badman, because I was the one who broke the news to them, unfortunately. That was kind of on me to sort of say to them. I got a couple of messages from a couple of other members of the community. I'm not going to mention who they are, just to keep some anonymity. And they messaged me and were like, we should really do something about this. It's too strong of a community to let fall to the wayside. Let's try and get this back together. Let's do what we have to and sort of homebrew this thing and keep it alive. I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. Let's keep it going. Let's try and make as much as possible happen. And I was already discussing with a few other members, prominent members of the community, I should say. Then the following day, it was announced that Joey and Phil and Dave Fashbinder and all of those guys who are someone of the old guard were going to carry on with Fan Z, and they had us back in line. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's cool, I guess. Y'all do what you want. I'm gonna sort out my life here. I should probably do that. And that's pretty much what all of us team members here at Team Badman have been doing over the past year, is getting back into life for the most part. And a pretty fair bit has happened since then. Alex got married, and he's been, living in his, married home with all of his pets and whatnot. So congratulations to him, of course. Sterling will be getting married in 3 months here, something like that. I don't have the wedding invite just yet, but it will be somewhere around there. And of course, looking forward to that. Congratulations to him. Jonathan got a new house, and he's living the big money making homeowner life. Is homeowner life a thing? I guess homeowner life's a thing now. Okay. Also, in case you guys haven't noticed, I do totally have another channel called Agent Orange Juice. It's pretty great. I would totally appreciate if you guys click over here and subscribe. It means so much to me. And of course, some of our additional honorary team members have gone off, and everyone's sort of doing their own thing. Few of our members picked up some of the other card games. A couple of the guys picked up Star Wars Destiny for a little while, which I haven't honestly heard too much about since then. One or two of them picked up on Dragon Ball Super. I don't think any of us honestly picked up on Metacross yet, though I've looked into it myself just a little bit, but unfortunately money's kind of preventing me from really keeping up with any card games at the moment. But we are still involved with the game some capacity. We all get together and play from time to time. Not as much as I would honestly like, and I feel like some of my cards are kind of going to waste. But overall, we're still involved, still doing our thing, and just try and stay alive and whatnot. On top of that, when the game died, I started working on a little bit of something, which I will reveal to you guys here in just a little bit, but that's not for the current moment. There's just been a lot that's been going on. Fan Z, I've been kind of following it. A couple of our guys have been following it. Like, I'm aware of, new card releases, new MP stacks, new masteries, all of that's been going on, but I don't really play it at the moment. It hasn't quite caught my eye as much as I was anticipating, and I've been so busy doing my own thing. I moved, I started my other YouTube channel, Agent Orange Juice, which has been doing quite well, and I'm full-time devoted into that because it's a much larger market to get into, and it always has the potential to grow and potentially become a money-making prospect. That's not the goal, but if it happens, hey, I'm totally down for it. And that's been taking up a lot of time, so I haven't really had it to devote to Fan Z, but I am aware of what's going on. I know what people are doing. I know all the hullabaloo that's been going on about orange cards and Saint Oppressive Mastery and this and that. I'm well aware. And it's something I've been following for a long time, and it weighed in a little bit to my factor to bring back Team Badman. I decided that I was going to bring this back a little over a month ago, something like that. It was the end of November, early December, and I was thinking about it. I thought, man, we've been gone for an entire year already. You know, I've got these ideas, I've had these discussions with the teammates, we're sitting around. Maybe now's the right time to come back. The community needs a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a kickstart. It's, you know, expectedly fallen on hard times since the Panini announcement came last year, and I thought maybe it's the right time. And of course, I haven't gone into this idly. I do have a fair amount planned. So, next point is, where are we now? So as it stands at the moment, and from what I can see, the community for retro, Pansy, all that, is still thriving. Not as much as it used to, but is still thriving. And the homebrew success of Pansy does have a lot to do with that. The team's been fantastic with that. They've been kind of listening to what fans are looking for and what they would like to see, making changes as necessary, and all of that is great and whatnot. But there's still a community that is in need of content. And outside of DDA and Random Number Gaming, who's basically been kind of holding it all down since, there's not a lot of fancy content out there. And I guess that makes sense. It's spread by word of mouth sort of thing. But there needs to be more. There needs to be more than just one idea out there. So our timing for coming back partially has to do with that. Even though I'm not directly involved in playing Fanzy, I'm still well aware of what everything does, and I do have my own opinions on it, so that's something that will be covered. We will be covering Fanzy in some capacity. I will be going back through and reviewing all of the cards that have been produced, and as new ones come out, I should probably say, I'll go on ahead and I'll review those as well and let you guys know what I'm thinking, where it's going to work, where it might not work, just the ideas and the possibilities that are out there. That's going to go ahead and get discussed. Discussions of new ideas that are going around, erratas that have occurred, events that have happened, maybe some deck profiles. I'd really have to get myself familiar with everything all over again. But those are all possibilities, very, very real possibilities. And this is even more so because I was approached a few weeks back by DDA to be a part of the Instant Transmission podcast, which if you guys did see it last night, then you will know that I'm already involved in it. We announced, everything coming back, which is all great, wonderful, and I'm excited to be a part of it. It's been a while since we've done the Badcast. I miss doing that. It was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to be involved in that in some capacity again. However, it's not the only kind of content that's going to be here on the channel. And if you tuned into the Instant Transmission podcast last night, you should also know this as well. I mentioned just a few minutes ago, I've been working on a little bit of a something, and I've been working on this since the night the game died. And that is our own homebrew sets, expansions, subsets here at Team Badman. We've been working on them for the past year. Ideas have been tossed around, changes have been made, testing has been done, and I'm extremely excited to announce that we are actually doing our own homebrew here, just for fun. If you guys want to pick up on it, that would be amazing, but there's nothing holding you guys to it. And it is at the moment called Badman Z. Yeah, I know it's not a very exciting name, but it worked with the name of the channel, and I can't really knock that. It wrote itself here. Come on, it wrote itself. But since the game died, since the night the game died, I have been drafting, reworking, changing, deleting, rebuilding entire expansions for the game from the base that Fancy established in 7 sets. And originally, I started with the idea of actually creating, full sets like there were, 144 card sets, making it this really, really big thing. And the more I worked on it, the more I realized, some of these cards just suck. They're not going to get used. They're too basic. They're carbon copies of previous cards. And I don't know how the designers kept going with 144 card sets before. Consider me honestly impressed. So instead, that's been whittled down And as of this moment, like 90% of this was made within a month of the game dying, for a frame of reference in mind. But at the moment in mind, I have 2 complete 96 card sets, 30 commons, 30 uncommons, 30 rares, and 6 ultra rares. Yes, 6 of them. Be glad these aren't actually coming in packs. I have 2 of those done. I have 4 entire subsets done, 4 20-something card subsets that are meant to expand on, build on old ideas that have been introduced in the game, as well as one that introduces new ideas into the game. And I have a tentative set 10, quote unquote, already halfway done, with 6 brand new masteries that were done within the first week of the game being gone. On top of that, astoundingly enough, there are very few actual conflicts and crossovers with FanZ at any point. I think I told maybe 4 cards that are in any way similar to the original designs of FanZ that have come out in the past year. And all this was done in a month, so that is pure coincidence. It was not an intent to build off of what they have done. It just worked out that way. I'm extremely excited about it because revisiting old concepts that haven't been touched on in the current iteration of FanZ. Some old favorites from Scorzy are coming back. Some new ideas are being introduced. There's a ton I want to discuss and offer to you guys, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for it. So that will be here on the channel as well. There will be dedicated content towards that, so you'll get card reveals, you'll get deck ideas, you'll get discussions, you'll get change notifications. This has been built from the ground up, and in the same way as FanZ is, I want it to be by the community, for the community, whether you play it or not. So if you have any ideas, if you have any discussions, feel free to let me know. You guys know how to reach me. I'm thrilled for it. I guess lastly, one thing I should probably consider is the Dragon Ball Super card game. So I'm sure I'll get this question, will we be covering Super? And that's, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know yet. Mainly in the moment it comes down to money, because I'm kind of surviving here, and that's really about it. I haven't had the resources to throw into another game, especially one that seems to have quite the lucrative market like Super does. So I don't know if that'll get touched on. I mean, if anyone has a bunch of, extra commons, uncommons, and rares lying around, I would be more than happy to accept donations from anyone. And, that would be a possibility to build on, discuss ideas from Super, but there's nothing set in stone yet about that. It is a possibility, but I wouldn't necessarily hold my breath if I were you. And lastly, of course, the idea is, where are we going? What is the direction that I'm trying to head in with this channel? And this is a very, very important thing to ask myself, one that actually took a pretty decent amount of time. One thing that I have known since I created this channel, originally while Panini was still around, is that there needs to be crossover appeal with a game like Dragon Ball Z, and that's how the original Scorzy was built. There was that immediate crossover. You had the toys that came out at Burger King. You had the cards that came in with the additional action figures. There were cards that came in packets of cheese at one point. There was a lot that crossed over, and there are ideas I wish FanZ had capitalized on. They never did. Perhaps work in relation with something like Funko Pop, or any of the releases of video games. A card release in something like Dragon Ball Xenoverse or Xenoverse 2 would have been awesome, just absolutely huge to help push this game out to other players. But unfortunately, that never happened. So at this point, we are aiming to cross over with the larger Dragon Ball Z community. So on top of FanZ, Badman Z, and having all their dedicated content, we might just tap into the general Dragon Ball supermarket, not necessarily specifically the card game because of this, but just Super in general. It's extremely popular right now, and there's a lot of discussion around ideas. So it might be worth, actually us going back here on the channel and reviewing some of the older episodes, reviewing the movies, discussing future ideas for Super, and big things that happen. Maybe Vegeta goes Ultra Instinct at some point, or Gohan unlocks some new Super Saiyan level, which I know are big theories that have been going around. If those actually happen, that could be a really big discussion point to have. And it would be a great way to cross over with Super players who might be like, huh, there's this other card game. They've been around for a while. It's an engine they're familiar with. They're eventually going to get into Super, so it might actually be worth sticking around as it is. On top of that, there's a bunch of anime events that come around. Of course, being here in Indianapolis, we do always have Indiana Comic Con, we have PopCon, and we have Gen Con, all of which do have Dragon Ball Z in one capacity or another. So there might be vlogs covering that. There might just be trips to go out and buy video games or figures or whatever it is. That could be a possibility as well, but I'm not entirely sold on it at the moment. And since I did just mention it, I am a gamer wholeheartedly as well. I mean, that's the purpose of my Agent Orange Shoes channel, which if you haven't checked out, I totally encourage you guys to, even though I've already done that here. But there are a lot of really good Dragon Ball Z video games out there, especially with the hype of Dragon Ball FighterZ coming out here soon. So that might get tapped into a little bit. I know I do have one set of video game series that I would like to do sometime in the near future. And in particular, that's the Legacy of Goku series, which is Legacy of Goku 1, Legacy of Goku 2, and Boo's Fury. I would like to cover all of those on the channel at some point, add a little bit of that crossover appeal, but I guess there's only one way to find out exactly how well that's going to work. If there's something you guys would like to see me play, as always, let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. Also, I do potentially want to cover in the future card game events as they grow, the Kai events, anything that's really big going on, some of the thoughts of everything that's going on around them, metagame discussions, possibilities for the future, especially as particular things happen in events, maybe a rogue or an off deck and winning or performing really, really well. That could be a perfectly valid discussion point, and discussing the merits and the downsides of a particular deck or a particular archetype. There's a lot of possibilities here, and the ideas are just limitless at this point. However, I will admit that even though this channel's back, Agent Orange Shoes is my #1 priority for content here on YouTube, and as a result, some of that content getting out will be dependent on my schedule with Agent Orange Shoes. I know that's a little bit of a bummer to hear, but I will do my best to make sure that both channels get an equal amount of love, because you guys, community, I appreciate you guys as much as I appreciate my Agent Orange Shoes community, and I couldn't do this without you guys. So, basically, just kind of wrapping it up, we're back. We will be dressing fancy. We do have our own new stuff coming out. There's a lot to expect in the future. Be sure to keep an eye out. I will fill you guys in as I've developed and know more. But most importantly, if there's something you want to see, that you're excited about, that you're concerned about, please let me know in the comment section down below. I want to discuss these ideas with you. Hear what you guys want to hear. Show you guys what you want to see. There's so much that I enjoy about doing this, about this community, and I can't do it without you guys, so please, just let me know. For the moment though, that is pretty much it. I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you so much for being open to us returning. I'm really, really glad to be back, and you can expect more content from us very soon. But, as always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I would really, really appreciate it. That's it for now though. American Team Badman signing out. Should probably change that. It's very Agent Orange Shoes thing at this point. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.